Hi guys, this is Rohit and welcome back to another vlog and welcome back to another review. So in today's video, I'll be reviewing the facelifted Jeep Compass 2021. So this Compass right in front of us is the limited 80th anniversary edition. And talking about the variants, you have Sport, which is the base model, followed by Longitude, limited 80th anniversary edition, which is this model. And finally, you have the range topping model, which is the Model S. So the major update which you will be getting in this facelift version will be the exteriors and the interiors. So actually this variant has been introduced to celebrate the 80 years of the brand Jeep, and it's mostly based on the limited O trim level with some unique cosmetic changes. This facelift Compass gets BS6 engines. So you have a 4-cylinder 2-liter multi-jet turbo diesel engine which produces 170 brake horsepower and a maximum torque of 350 Newton meters. And this diesel engine is mated to a 6-speed manual transmission, and you have a 9-speed automatic transmission as well. While the petrol variants have a 1.4 liter multi-8 petrol unit which produces 160 brake horsepower and a maximum torque of 250 Newton meters, and that petrol engine is mated to a 6-speed manual transmission and 7-speed dual dry clutch transmission for the automatic variants. Coming to the efficiency of these engines, so this diesel engine right here returns a mileage of 17.1 kilometers per liter, and the petrol variant returns 14.1 kilometers per liter. And these mileage figures have been claimed by Jeep itself. This Jeep Compass has a monocoque chassis, which means that it is lighter, more agile and more manageable than conventional SUVs. So at the front portion of this Compass facelift, you can see this 7-slat grille, and it has the gunmetal grey finish on it, which looks really great. While on the other hand, the lower trims get silver slat grille. As you can see there, that's the Sport variant. And coming back to this Compass, this facelift version gets these new DRLs along with the new headlamp setup as well. So these are the new LED reflector headlamps along with the turn indicators in it, and they look nice. And in the bumpers you can see the fog lamps, and these are LED fog lamps. And on the edges of the lower bumper you can see this lip, which is also finished in gunmetal grey. And over here you have the towing hook. And going on to the sides you can see these side mirrors, and it has the dark grey matte finish on it, and the paint scheme looks really premium. And going over to the rear section, you have the same LED tail lights. So you have this thick strip of LED light which are in 2 units, and also you have the turn indicators in it. And these tail lights have been surrounded by black finish, as you can see here. And going over to the top section, you have the high mount stop lamp, and over there you have the shark fin antenna, and following it you have the massive double pane sunroof. And on the rear window you can see the defogger along with the wiper. Over here you have the Jeep branding, which is also in gunmetal grey. And underneath the tailgate you can see the placement for the rear parking camera. At the right corner you have the limited badge, which tells you the variant that you own. And in the lower section of the rear bumpers you can see the fog lamps along with the towing hook. And also you have the rear parking sensors as well. Going to the side profile over here, on the C-pillar you can see this black finish. So generally you'll be finding the chrome finish for the lower variants, while these top variant gets black finish. So this is the key right here in my hand, and you can see that it has the Jeep branding on it. So you have the lock and unlock, and you have the part tailgate function as well, which you'll be finding for the top variants only. So in order to open the boot, all you have to do is press this button twice, and the automation works like magic, as you can see here. So over here you have the boot, and you can see the boot is almost flat. You don't have any loading lift as such. So loading and unloading your bags is very easy. And over here you have the nets and some pockets on the either sides as well. And on the top you have the hook for the net. And here is the button to close the tailgate. And over there you have the trunk lights. So you have a practical boot for this facelift Compass. And underneath the trunk you have the space saving spare wheel. So this is a 215 by 55 section 16-inch steel spare wheel, and those seats at the rear can be folded in 60-40 split, so you can fit in more luggage if you wanted to do so. So alright, let's close the boot. And closing this tailgate is very easy. All you have to do is press this switch over here, and it closes very satisfyingly, as you have seen. So as this is a 80th anniversary edition, you get the dual tone. So you have the black roof on top, and also you have these black rails, roof rails, and on the top you have the panoramic sunroof as well. And on the right side you have the fuel lid, and you can see that you have the AdBlue as well. And coming over to the wheel arches over here, so actually these wheel arches are body colored, so it's matching up with the body, hence makes it bigger. and it looks like a baby Cherokee, I would say. And you can comment down if it looks so. So if you look at these tires over here, these are 225 by 55 section R18s, and these alloys over here are diamond cut alloys, but they look different from the other models because it has that gunmetal finish on it, which we have seen on the other parts as well. And all the four wheels are equipped with disc brakes. And if you take a look at the suspension setup, you get multi-link suspension with strut assembly at the rear, and at the front you get McPherson strut with lower control arm. Over here on the claddings you can see the side skirt, which is also finished in gunmetal grey, and following it you have the Jeep branding over here. So this badge displays the Jeep on it, and also you have the 80th lettering on it, and next to it you have the Compass badge. And for the first time in the segment, this Jeep Compass gets frequency selective damping suspension, which helps in giving that composed ride on any terrain. Alright, let's check out the rear seats. So on the doors, as you can see here, you have the black treatment. So over here on the armrest you have the leather padding along with the white double stitching, which really looks good. And over here you have the power window button. On the top over here you have these chunky door openers, and they feel solid and premium. And surrounding it you have this piano black trim, and at the bottom of the doors you can find these door pockets for your water bottles along with some space, and next to it you have the speaker. So these seats over here are black leather seats, and they feel plush and comfortable. And you also have the double stitching on it. In the center you get the armrest with the two cup holders, as you can see here, and this armrest has a leather handle, which makes it easy to pull out the armrest rather than tucking your fingers into the seats. As you can see here, these seats are very wide, so you have good amount of thigh support. So alright, let's get in and check the space as well. So as you can see down there, I have enough leg room, and the knee room is also great. And for convenience you get these seat pockets where you can put your magazines and papers, and in the center you get these vertical AC vents, and you can adjust the direction and the flow of these AC vents. And these rear AC vents get piano black treatment. And coming to the charging ports, here you have a USB port, and down there you have a 12 volts power socket. Well, this is how the front dash looks like. So you have all black theme interiors. If you want another leather color, you can choose the tan, which you will be getting on the doors and the dashboard. And coming back to the rear seats, over here you have the grab rails, and even these grab handles are blacked out. And not just these handles, the entire roof lining is black, which might make this cabin a little darker, but that's okay. In the center down here you don't have any transmission tunnels. It has a little hump, but that's manageable. And the thigh support is also great, as you can see here. So overall it's comfortable here. So alright, let's go on to the driver's seat. So on the driver's side handles you get keyless entry and go, along with the request sensor, so you don't even have to press the button. So you can just directly open the doors with the keys in your pocket. So even these doors get the same black treatment which we have seen on the rear doors. So you get this leather padding along with double stitching on it. And over here you have the piano black treatment along with two memory seat functions, which is a premium feature seen on other luxury cars. And also these door openers as well, they are very chunky. So this Jeep has a lot of soft touch materials, so you can find it on the doors over here. And going over to the controls on the driver's side, you have lock and unlock, you have the child lock, and the 4 power window buttons. And both the driver along with the passenger gets auto up and down power window function. And following it you have the ORVM controls along with the auto fold function. And at the bottom you have the door pockets for your water bottle and the speaker next to it. So this driver seat over here gets 8-way power adjustable seats, and along with it you have the lumbar support. So you can electronically adjust your seats in a lot of ways based on your comfort. And down there you have the pedals, and there's a proper dead pedal, so you can rest your feet while driving on highways. And over there you have the lever for the bonnet, and on the top you have the knob for the lights, and next to it you have the headlamp leveling adjustment. Moving on to the top of the dash, you can see this brushed aluminum finish along with the piano black finish, and also you have the leather finish along with the double stitching. And on the top of the dash you have complete soft touch materials, and also you have some stitching on it, as you can see here, so it looks very premium. So alright, let's get in. So this facelift gets the new steering wheel, as you can see here, and it looks much better than the previous one. And also it reminds me of the German steering wheel, just like the Audis have. And this steering wheel is entirely wrapped in leather, and you can see the attention to detail. So right here you can see the white stitching, which is perfectly done, and this steering wheel feels good to hold in the hand. And in the center you get the new Jeep branding, so it's no more the circles, it's just the Jeep. in a rectangular box. So on the left side of the steering you have the controls for the gauge cluster, and on the right side you don't have any controls as such. And moving behind the wheel, on the left side you have the controls for the lights, and on the right side you have the wiper controls. And just right here you have the engine start stop button. So let's turn on the ignition. So as you can see here, this Compass facelift gets new set of dials which are separated by a colorful multi-information display. So on the left side you have the rev counter, and on the right side you have the speedometer. So the display in the center shows different functions and indications. So it shows you digital speed, you have settings, it shows you messages, audio controls, trip information. It also shows you the fuel economy, and over here in the vehicle info it shows you coolant temperature, oil temperature, battery voltage, and service interval as well. So it displays all the functions and indications and all the information that you need. It is very easy to use and intuitive as well. So just like I told you, this Compass gets a lot of soft touch materials. So you have them over here on the passenger side dash along with the leather treatment. So it makes the overall cabin and the interiors feel rich and premium, and the seats are also very plush. And you have this brushed aluminum finish along with the piano black insert running on the dash. And underneath the dash you have the glove box along with the light, and the space is decent enough. And moving on to the top you have the IRVM along with the auto dimming function, and even this mirror has got black treatment on it. And following it you have the reading lights for both the passenger and as well as the driver. And you have two separate switches for the sunblind and the panoramic sunroof. So on the left side you have the switch to open the blind. So as you can see here, with one touch it goes halfway, and pressing the switch again opens it all the way. So you can drive your car opening the sunshade, which makes the cabin airy and lit. And if you want to open the sunroof, you have the right side switch. So push the switch and the sunroof opens. And if you want to close it, push it down. So it's very easy to operate. And even closing the sunblind is also very easy. All you have to do is press the left side button down for once, and the sunblind closes, as you can see here. So yeah, a lot of operations. And coming back to here again, you have the button for the fully automated tailgate. So I would say this function is very useful because you don't have to get out of the car just to open or close the boot. So if you press this for once, the tailgate opens, as you can see there. And if you want to close it, just press it again. So it works like magic and convenient as well. So it's a very good feature. And going over to the center of the dash, so here is the new change for this facelift version. So you get this new 10.1 inch Uconnect infotainment touchscreen, and it supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So as you can see in the screen, this infotainment shows certain functions and features. So this homepage shows you climate controls along with media, and the AC controls can be operated using the touch or can be manually operated with the knobs. So as you can see here, I'm changing the temperature on the driver's side and also on the passenger side, and it shows you in the screen itself. And in the next tab you have the media controls. So from this tab you can access the FM, USB and other connectivities. And here are the AC controls, and here is the phone tab. So right now it isn't connected. And here you have the vehicle tab. So you have different settings over here. So you have display settings, safety driving assistance, clock and date, camera, phone and Bluetooth, mirrors and wipers. And I forgot to tell you, the front wipers are rain sensing wipers. So you have a lot of features and functions in the infotainment touchscreen. And this infotainment touchscreen is very responsive and very easy to use as well. And following the infotainment touchscreen, you have set of buttons here. So you have a switch for the engine start stop system, which ensures the engine turns off when not in use, and it automatically restarts when you push the accelerator, so thereby reducing the idle time. And next to it you have the ESC off, and in the center you have the hazard switch, and next to it you have the button for the park assist off, and on the right corner you have the passenger airbag indication, and just below it you have the sleek air conditioning vents, and followed by the dual automatic climate control system. And on the either sides you have bigger knobs for the infotainment touchscreen. So both the driver along with the passenger have individual switches for the temperature, so that each of them can adjust the temperature based on their preferences. And in the center you have a small knob for the fan speed, and just below it you have two USB ports, So one of which is a C-type USB port, and next to it you have the normal USB port, and over here you have some space, and instead of this space here on the Model S you'll be getting wireless charging pad, and over here in the center you have this 6-speed manual gearbox, while the automatic variant gets 9-speed automatic gearbox, and the gear knob here is the same metallic gear knob used in the previous or the outgoing model, and the switch for the electronic parking brake or the EPB has been placed over here on the left corner, and the entire central console has this piano black finish on it. And here you have two cup holders which are kind of square in shape, and finally over here you have the armrest finished in leather along with the white stitching on it, and inside you have some decent space, and this armrest is slidable so you can adjust it in the way you want it. And I just forgot to show you that this steering wheel is tilt and telescopic adjustable. So overall the cabin feels solid and premium with those soft touch materials used here. So in one sentence you can say this Jeep Compass facelift has an upmarket cabin just like the Germans have. So overall it's a great place to be here. On the safety front, this Jeep Compass has been equipped with 6 airbags, ABS, ESC, traction control, hill start assist, hill descent control, rear parking sensors, 360-degree camera, tire pressure monitor, and electronic roll mitigation. Finally, coming to the on-road prices, petrol base model, which is the Sport, costs around 20,20,000 rupees on-road Delhi, while the top variant petrol costs around 29,12,000 rupees on-road Delhi, and the other fuel spec, which is the diesel base model, costs around 22,39,000 rupees on-road Delhi, while the top ranging variant, which is the S4x4 diesel automatic, costs around 33,16,000 rupees on-road Delhi. So that's all for the review, guys. I hope you liked this Jeep Compass facelift review. So if you do so, give it a like and share, and you can subscribe our channel for more such car reviews like this. So drive safe, keep loving. Thank you so much and have a nice day.